are back in Legend of Heroes, and I just told you I'd be picking up right in front of the guild, but we are stuck. So, there you go, we actually have to advance the story a bit before we can go finish the Librarian quest. Morning, Kilika. Good morning. And to you both. Has Zane already left? Yes, he took an airliner to Grancel some time ago. Wish you could have come to see him off. Speaking of which, do you two know each other somehow? A bit, quite some time ago. But that's beside the point. We noticed the strange current in the air. The winds are shifting. Hey, no changing the subject. Wait, we are talking about the weather, aren't we? Have you learned something about that airship? Not a thing. But I believe this disquieting atmosphere is related to the Royal Army mobilizing. For one thing, I've sent a message to the Army headquarters at Leiston Fortress, but there's been no response. Secondly, all the mandatory inspections throughout the kingdom have been lifted. What's that all about? This isn't another turf war like with the Sky Bandits, is it? No, it would be strange for them to call off inspections if that were the case. If they had caught the culprits themselves, surely they would have sent word around. Maybe there is something in the air. Incidentally, I have not been able to contact the intelligence division at Leiston Fortress either. It is possible that the Royal Army has some sort of internal issue going on. Some sort of... oh, wait. That stuffed Dorothy shot. Picture those guys in black wearing the Royal Guard uniforms. Someone mentioned my name? Dorothy. Speak of the devil and ye verily. Wow, what an ordeal. I finally got in touch with my editor's office and Niall happened to be there. When I told him about giving up my photo course to the army, he just about blew his stack. It's so unfair. Which means they haven't given it back yet. Right, I mean, how rude is that? After I'd gone through the trouble of going to Leiston Fortress to get it back too. Wow, you've got some fire to you. Well, I guess I have to have one redeeming trait, right? Anyway, I didn't have any other option but to just take a picture of the fort for the paper. It does make for a great shot, though. It lights up all pretty at night. You took a pretty picture of the fort. Not to mention, you're supposed to obtain permission to photograph any part of a military installation. Come on, it's not like it's that big of a deal. Here, take a look, I just developed it. Hey, that is a pretty nice shot. So this is Leiston Fortress. Wow, Dorothy, you really got a good eye for this. Wait a sec. What's wrong, Estelle? Might just be my imagination, but do you see anything there on the top right? You're right. It's not very clear, but there's definitely a small shadow there. You got a sharp eye, Estelle. I mean, I took the picture and I didn't notice that at all. Seriously? Well, what can I say? Well, it is just a silhouette. Maybe it's an army ship. No, that's no guard ship. That is that small airship from before. The same silhouette as the ship that the professor was taken away in. Wait, what? Hold on just one second. Why would that ship be anywhere near here? This is a Royal Army installation, isn't it? Calm down, Estelle. There are plenty of possibilities to consider before we go jumping to conclusions. Maybe we should go straight to Leiston Fortress and ask what this is about. What? I see, you intend to put it to them directly. Provoke a response, perhaps. Do you think that would be a bad idea? Not at all. You have my authorization. This has the potential to be a huge disaster. Whatever might be going on there, this matter must be handled delicately. You're starting to scare me, Kilika. But you're probably right. We have to handle this very carefully. Hey, Dorothy, can we have a copy of this picture? Sure. After all, you guys have done a lot for me. Thanks, I owe you one. If you intend to go to Leiston Fortress, you'll need to leave via the east entrance and take the Ritter Roadway. When you reach the thruway fork in the road, stay on the northern fork and you'll eventually wind up in front of the fort's main gate. Please use the utmost caution. Roger that. Acknowledged. So, let's see if we can get out the south gate still to get this damn Librarian mission over with. They couldn't have made this any worse if they tried. that thing is not moving, so you know what that means. Time to exterminate. Okay. After a small interruption, we are back. So there are 5 enemies here. The Solid Dozer, 2 of them, an Attack Doberman, and the Bloody Saber. Okay. If I were to use Flicker... Make it easy on me, can you?
You're finished!
Whoa! Okay. Yeah. I really have nothing. I was not expecting that. Well, nice to know that he can probably sustain more than I can hurt him. This is just ridiculous. I'm gonna lose Joshua, but... Go for a stealth. Okay, might be able to take him down here if they don't miss. There we go. Okay, that was a lot simpler than I was imagining it would have been. Nice little haul. And I was kind of expecting my missions to be over with here, but that appears to not be the case. So this is the way we need to go. Back on Soldat Road, and not as safe as its name would have you believe. If you're not aware, Soldat is the French word for soldier. With a name like that, you figure there'd be more patrols. But that's not the case. And I hope I got all those chests before. Oh, that's the Chrono Cider. Check out the size of this base. It's gotta be several times as big as the Hocking Gate, don't you think? Yeah, you may be right. It's apparently the primary base of the counteroffensive in the war 10 years ago. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Well, let's go inside and see if we can talk to whoever's in charge. What is it? Nothing, it's just you're not acting like your usual timid self. You're starting to remind me of Dad. Oh, come on, it's not like I'm nervous. But after General Morgan, how bad can it be? Guess you're right. Wonder if he's still at the Hocking Gate. There's no one here. That's strange. There's usually a gatekeeper outside, at least. Identify yourselves. Where'd that come from? Probably a speaker. This is Leyston Fortress, HQ of Liberal's Royal Armed Forces. This place is off limits to civilians. I'm afraid you're going to have to leave. They sound polite, but... yeah, I think they're just being you two hear me? Sorry, but we're not civilians. We're from the Bracer Guild. We're here to discuss the matter of the central lab being attacked. Could we please speak with the individual in charge? Are you actual bracers, then? If you don't believe us, you can inspect our emblems. You can see them, right? Indeed, you appear to be the genuine article. However, I regret to inform you that the CEO of this base is currently away. Perhaps you can come back another day. No commanding officer? Well, that sounds sloppy. In that case, anyone from the intelligence division will be fine. We have information that must go to either Colonel Richard or Captain Amalthea. Very well, wait there. It's like pulling teeth with these guys. Yeah, I wasn't expecting security to be quite this tight here. Whoa. Well, someone's here at least. Please forgive me for making you wait. I am Major Sid, Garrison Commander of the Leyston Fortress. I'm Estelle Bright of the Bracer Guild. I'm Joshua Bright, also of the Bracer Guild. Bright. Is something wrong? Nothing. Pardon me. On to business. You mentioned the attack on the central labs. I'm very sorry, but no one from the intelligence division is currently here. If you have a message, I can deliver it for you. That could be a problem. Time to shake things up. Try this one. We have a lead on the airship tied to the corrupting. And here we found a lead on the airship that took away the professor. You what? What? Why do you look so surprised, Major? It's nothing. We've just been searching for it too. So, what is this lead anyway? Take a look at this. Hand over Dorothy's photograph. This is Leyston Fortress, isn't it? How'd you get this picture? No need to get worked up. Look at the top right corner of that picture. Let's see. What the? That's obviously not the silhouette of a military patrol ship, is it? And it's the spinning image of the airship that took away the professor. Indeed, this is a grave matter. Thank you for your cooperation. I'll send a report to the intelligence division straight away. Hey, wait a minute. Is that it? Is what it? I mean, don't you think this is weird? Why would the suspect's ship be hanging around here? It's embarrassing to admit, but I'm afraid that's entirely my fault. We've been aggressively searching along the border so security wasn't as tight at home as it should have been then. As this airship fled to the north, it's possible that this whole matter may have been a plot by the Empire. Really? I'd like to know just one thing. Where exactly are all the intelligence personnel right now? That's classified. I'm sorry I can't say more. Okay now, maybe it's just me. Don't you think this all smells kind of a little funny? I know. Without any concrete evidence, pursuing this lead won't do us any good. Yeah. What the? Why did it stop short? What? Did that phenomenon start up again? Joshua, that's... Yeah, I think that's exactly what we needed. Seems I have let you see us at our worst. Looks like the gate mechanism isn't in the best of conditions. Indeed, that's a real problem. Maybe you get some folks from the Central Labs out to repair it. I bet that someone like Professor Russell could have it good as new and no-time flat. Yes, I'll keep that in mind. You two maintain post here until it's back in working order. Be sure to keep any careless civilians away. Sir, yes, sir? That said, you two can be on your way. I'll be certain to take that photograph to intelligence. Now if you'll pardon me. Somehow I find it hard to believe a word that guy said. Especially if that little malfunction we just saw is what I think it is. Yes, it was probably that same phenomenon. Which would mean the professor is being held prisoner inside. Shh, Estelle. This isn't the place we're discussing that. For now, let's get back to Zeiss to see what Kilga has to say. If we have the chance, we can call for the lab chief. they had the courtesy to warp me here. Just can't believe that Professor Russell's at Leyston Fortress. Are you absolutely certain? Miss Dorothy's photograph and the shutdown of horrible power in the gate. These two things combined make the conclusion inescapable. But the central factor in the Royal Army have always had excellent relations. Now I'm expected to believe this. It's not as if the internal command structure of the military is all run by a single entity. People who attacked the factory were seen escaping and they looked like royal guardsmen. That in itself is a clue. That would mean... let's try... royal guardsmen are being set up. My thoughts exactly. This may be some form of internal conspiracy within the Royal Army. This is unpleasant to think about. How could the professor get caught up in something like this? Sounds like you found a lead on our friendly neighborhood criminals. Agate, good to see you back on your feet. Yeah, I just woke up a few minutes ago. It's a little weird waking up in a strange place after being put to bed like some baby. Oh, for the love of... Everyone was worried about you, alright? Are you sure you're okay with moving around so soon? Yeah, sleeping so damn much didn't give me any other option than to recover. Feeling pretty much back to normal. But Agate, you should probably rest some more. You just got the poison out of your system and the doctor said... I just said, I'm fine. I've been training for years. It's not that rough on someone like me. Alright, I get it. I won't overdo it or anything until I'm back to normal. That cool with you? Okay. Damn kids. Even the mighty Agate is no match for Tita. Guess it's hard to say no to someone who's kept a constant vigil over you and nursed you back to health. Shut up. Getting back to the point, it looks like a lot's been going on while I've been out of commission. Mind filling me in on the details? Sure. And I could have used your help against the freaking penguin. Fire weakness and everything. Still can't believe that Grandpa's in there. Wouldn't have thought those goons in the black clothes were army types either. And suddenly I'm feeling better than ever. Let's say we go and settle our debts right now. Settle our debts? Ain't obvious? We sneak into Leyston Fortress. Bust the prof out and they'll never know what hit them. Like settling everything in one big stroke. I'm afraid it's not that simple. The Bracers Guild had a long-standing policy of non-intervention when it comes to a nation's military. Article 3 of the Guild Code, Bracers and non-involvement in military or political matters. The Bracer will recognize a nation's sovereignty and may not interfere with nor arrest any person of national, military, or political standing. Or put more simply, as long as the army is playing dumb about this, our hands are tied. You gotta be kidding. No way, that doesn't make sense. Mean that we can witness a crime, but if it's done by a soldier or politician, we just have to pretend we didn't see anything? Essentially, yes. There is, however, a loophole. Article 2 of the Guild Code, Bracers and their duty to the people. In the event of unjust impairment of citizens, the Bracers' sworn duty is to bear the responsibility for the citizens' safety. Do you understand the significance of this? The professor is not a politician or a soldier. He's a civilian whom we're sworn to protect. So then... The rest hinges upon you, Mr. Murdoch. In this case, we are obligated to oppose the Royal Army and save Professor Russell. Will you help us? Stupid question. The factory needs him. All the liberal needs him. Go and get him. Mr. Murdoch, thank you. No need to thank me. I owe Professor Russell for all he's taught me. And so we have adequate justification to proceed. Bracers Agate, Estelle, and Joshua. You are hereby ordered to proceed to Leyston Fortress and rescue Professor Russell. It is not as above board as you may be accustomed to, but it is the request of the Bracer Guild nevertheless. Now you're talking. Acknowledged. Bring it on. If we're doing this, we have to figure out how we're getting in there. Leyston Fortress is pretty damn famous for being impossible to break into. That's true, it's easy to say we're going to do it, but putting it into practice is going to take some serious planning. There has to be some way of getting inside. Fortunately, the security there is nigh unto perfect. Approaching from the lake would likely be impossible since it's monitored by a network of horrible sensors. Figured as much. And a frontal assault would be tantamount to suicide. Hey, Mr. Murdoch, you know that orange airship that goes to Leyston Fortress? Yes, that's the Leibniz. It makes periodic stops to inspect the equipment at the fort to make sure it's performing properly. Is there any way you could sneak into the fortress on it? No, all the crew members go through a thorough security check impossible to just sneak away. How about stowing away in the cargo? No good. Each container is scanned with a biosensor for living creatures, and they check each and every one. Plus, those sensors were designed by Professor Russell himself. He can even pick up one little mouse in a huge mass of stuff. Oh, damn. What is it, sweetie? Don't you remember? That was invention from when I was showing you around. What do you think? We're helping with the experiments on a new type of orbit, right? Yeah. It uses a force field that can disrupt the biosensors. We've already tested that at work, so everything will be fine. Really? I had no idea the professor had ever made anything like that. Where is this device, then? This must be right where he left it in his laboratory. Then we have no time to lose. Hurry and retrieve this device. In the meantime, I'll gather and collate whatever data I can on Leiston Fortress. Got it, thanks. I'll leave the arrangement of a delivery via the Leibniz to you, Mr. Murdoch. Alright, I'll talk to Gustav. Just come to the field when you're ready. Okay, I have to report that. Okay, now will they let me out the freaking south gate? Finally. Okay, so I'm back here over by where we found the Sapphire Talisman, and right here is where you find the next package. Found Hertz Adventure 2. So let's head on back. And I'm going to skip to the library. Okay, here we are at the archives. We need to turn in the book and then get the clue for the find form. Did you find the book by any chance? Did we have? Please check it over. This is the genuine article. One left. I need a break. What kind of book are we chasing down this time anyway? I'll spare you the teasing this time. Last one's entitled 31 Cypress Trees. Here's its card. It's got more of that unusual writing on it. You 31 cypress trees, nestled atop this grassy hill. Afflictions of far-off FL lands draw nigh up onto me like wine barrels tumbling lightly down a soft incline as I drift into revelry. Enveloped within the resonance of the tolling bell. So we're looking for the third floor barrel. Oh man, more of this gibberish. I think I'm actually starting to get used to these. Another riddle. I guess so. Is this your specialty or something? Well, your task is the same as before. May Ideos herself speed you on your way to success. Okay, we're going. Pardon us. And the clue... I don't know if that 3 is supposed to have a double meaning other than just the third floor, but you're looking for the Sanctime Gate. So we need to take the east exit out. And instead of going to Leiston Fortress, this time we are going to... Sanctime Gate. Said its name there, but I forgot it. And I still need to find the Shiny Pom. So, fork in the road right around here. No battles, no battles. Sanctime Gate. So now the question is, I guess right in here we go. And there's stairs leading up. We need to go higher. Oh, they couldn't have made this any more complex, could they? And there you go, 31 cypress trees. That's the last one. Now we can finally finish up our work for the librarian. You ain't kidding. Huh? What's wrong? There's a card stuck in the book, and something's written on it. You have done well. Though I know you not, I salute you for coming so far. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a quartz researcher and the criminal who hid the 3 books. I've used the riddles as a way to find someone intelligent to whom I can entrust my work, and you lived up to my hopes and expectations remarkably. Consider the enclosed quartz your reward. Take care when examining it. Thank you for all your time. I truly hope that my quartz will prove useful to you. P.S. If you found this package by sheer chance, how embarrassing, and lucky you. Please return to the second floor archives at the Central Factory. And that's it. So it was all one big practical joke. Yeah, I guess so. Have you looked in the package? Alright, let's see what we can see. Found in P3. Jackpot. I think we should check in with the client for the time being. Fine by me. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop that on Estelle, since that may unlock some new spells, or not. Oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna cut back to the archive scenes. Okay, now we can wrap up this god-awful quest. Perchance, have you? Yep, we have the last book. Just be sure, please take a look at it. This is definitely it. I'm impressed you actually found all 3 books. Just took some perseverance and patience. Oh yeah, that's not all we found. It was right in the same spot as the book. And over the quartz. Perhaps this is a clue as to his motivations. Still, regardless of the reason, you've done a great deal for me. You can keep the quartz for yourselves, as I damn well intended to, in return for having taken up so much of your time. Thank you. So, is that all you need us to do? Yes, that's the want. That's relief. As for you're going to say you still had more work for us. No joke. You worked so hard that there's really nothing left. Very grateful for your help. Now I can just relax for the time being. What? It's nothing. Thank you again. Feel free to come by any time. We will, thanks. Pleased to be of service. So, Earth's Adventure 2, I'm just going to flip through the pages. If you want to pause it, I'm going to try to at least make sure that I'm on each page for 1 second to give you a window. Cypress trees. So, okay. There we go. By the way, did I ever go through the urban woodpecker? No. I don't remember if there is an achievement for going through all of the books. I will go through all the Liberal News and the Carnelias when I finally have them all, but for now I'm going to report these into the guild, and then we're going to be cutting to the Shiny Pom. It's overdue for its execution. And I burned some of my sepith, if you didn't notice, while I was shopping, or just whenever I was on that screen, so I need to replenish it. And we are now sitting on 260 BP. Okay, so it's palm busting time. I'm just outside of the Carnelia Tower, and if you remember, I did show this in an earlier video where exactly it is. Just head on up here and let's ambush it from behind. As they said in Always Sometimes Monsters, quick, shoot him while his back is turned. And I'm just gonna get down whatever damage I can before I go all this break spam. Definitely want Joshua to lead off with a critical for the Black Fang thing. Okay, can I at least wound this one? And let's just pop them all. Death blow procced on that one. Not really needed.
Prepare to meet your doom! Come on, everyone!
And now the Shiny Poms are no more.
Scary.
Not bad. Now for the whole need to spam S-breaks to kill them thing, I might actually stick around to farm them. Still picked up Barrage, we'll set that. T to learn Vital Cannon. And right there we got the max haul in the game, 70 of each type. So with that out of the way, we are pretty much done, so I'm going to head back to Zeiss, and the next part we will be wrapping up the chapter.